Milan-Bologna 3-1 for the Rossoneri. Third victory in row for Milan. This is a post-match reaction. We're going to talk a little bit about the match, about the single player, trying to predict a little bit the match for Wednesday that we're going to face against Bologna in Roma for the final of Coppa Italia. So here we go, some reaction. Remember to put a big like and subscribe to the channel of the old heart Rossonero that is always giving you his post-match reaction without editing, just the raw emotion as you like it, like that. Well, guys, let's start talking about the positive side and negative side. You know what? We're gonna start with the negative side. I think it's better. The negative side of this match is that the first 60 minutes of the match, both teams, they didn't want to show what they are able to do. Their tactics. It was an extremely boring match for the first 60 minutes until Orsolini scored the most classical Orsolini goal that he can score. Pretty much a counter-attack from Bologna, long ball to the right side. Orsolini was against Pavlovic, dribble on the left-hand side, Pavlovic, which is a very, very slow, and sometimes tonight I was thinking, imagine Pavlovic against Yamin Lamal. I don't, okay, because the last match I watched was actually Inter Barcelona, the 120 minutes, one of the most incredible 120 minutes of football, and I was surprised at the quality of this 17 years old. And tonight I saw the dribble of Orsolini, and I saw Pavlovic extremely slow trying to get to Orsolini. So I was imagining with this 17 years old, which is horrendous. Luckily, we don't play in Champions League, and luckily we are not gonna face these guys the next season, in my opinion. But hey, the interesting things about their goal is that somehow we always messed up with the defense. It can be a mistake, first of all, from Gabbia that induce a counter-attack of Bologna and blah, blah, blah. Last time against Genoa, it was a mistake by Pavlovic. So literally Gabbia and Pavlovic, there must be some sort of better connection there. In my opinion, okay, it's because they didn't play long together. This is a new module that we have three central defender in the back that they never play together. However, pretty much they live 24 hours together. They train 24 hours together. It could be a little bit of a language barrier, maybe, that Pavlovic is not fluent in English and Gabbia is not fluent Pavlovic is not fluent in Italian and Gabbia vice versa in English. It can be a language barrier, can be a tactical barrier, okay? Because there is always a little mistake. Lately, in the last two matches, that, with all due respect, of course, for Milan this season, there is no due respect match because against Genoa, against Bologna, we conceded a goal, which is better than what we were seeing before, but they are, again, like single little tactical mistakes. Maybe more than tactical, they are choosing the wrong timing, they're choosing the wrong step, they're choosing the wrong mechanism in between the defense. So I think they have to be a little bit more smooth in their decision making, you know. This is to talk about the defense. I saw Tomori coming out on the first half, probably because he got strongly hit on the head. It's nothing. I don't think it's a muscle. That it's anything with legs or any other muscles. I think it's just because he got a little bit, headache after being hit by a Bologna player. So I hope that Ficaio will be on Wednesday against Bologna in Roma for the finale of Coppa Italia. We pretty much said a million of times that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not a central midfielder. And okay, we understood last year because Pioli always played him as an 8. Now you have also Reinders, which is, in my opinion, and in your opinion, I know, he's not a really central defender. He has to play a little bit more like few steps ahead, which is fine because he can score a lot of goals. And today we play with the two midfielder, Loftus-Cheek and Reinders. Now, Reinders, in my opinion, third or fourth best player of the match. Loftus-Cheek, a lot of problems. In my opinion, we saw that the peak of Loftus-Cheek was last year. This season he had a lot of injuries. In my opinion, Ruben Loftus-Cheek has to play a little bit more ahead as number 8. So unless the system will allow for Ruben to play there, otherwise I don't think he's going to have much space in Milan. I don't know what do you think for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but that's my thoughts. The other problem, of course, that when I see this kind of match in the midfield, that we are missing player and we are letting players positioning in the wrong role, it always make me think, fucking hell, man, why Benasser you had to let him go in January? Why Adli you had to let him go in the last mercato? Why even Zeroli you let him go on loan in Monza? Why we have to let players out of their position play instead of, for example, grow young talent? It could be Zeroli, it could be, I know Liberali is not really CC, so but as an Adli, so of course he's very young as well. But maybe also on Benasser, you know what I mean? Like Benasser, it could have been a good another 6 months. He couldn't have, I know he got an offer from Marseille, but he could have last another 6 months in Milan. And I think he's also one of the leaders of the dressing room. So why let him go? Simply because you don't understand absolutely anything. So the mercato, you just say, guys, that's the door. There is no meaning of identity, history, tradition, culture, belief, and anything. So that is the door. If you don't want to stay in Milan, please go. That's what they apply, and that's what we got. Anyway, Furlani, Moncada, Ibrahimovic. Anyway, tonight also, guys, we played without Rafael Leao. And I'm sure some of you is going to read some stats, and if you can write it on the comments or check it online, guys, because the average points of Milan without Rafael Leao, it is extremely low compared of when Rafa plays. Somehow we won the game. Somehow we won 3-1 without Rafael Leao. Clearly, Rafael Leao, it is our best player. Clearly, Rafael Leao, it is the player that always create that moment. But of course, what is happening, he centralized a lot the game. So what's happened is that sometimes if he's on certain kind of player weaker than him, if sometimes he's not on the right day, the entire Milan can struggle. However, we have to remember that since 2 years, since last year and this year, we have another great player, which is called Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic, in the first 60 minutes that Milan was shit, I can say that, it was horrible. He was the only one that I was actually trying to do something. He was actually the one, together with Reinders, that tried to build up something. I know that ahead, especially in the first half, Milan didn't do much. But hey, the only chance that something that was happening, it was because in between Reinders, Pulisic, and sometimes he was giving ball to Gimenez. Gimenez was good as well. On the other side of Hernandez, that even today it was pretty much a ghost. And then, of course, Jovic did his best, but today is the day of Santi-Gimenez. Santi-Gimenez that, in my opinion, together with Chukwueze, changed the match. This is the key. This is how I would like to, this is my key. This is how I would like to read the match. First 16 minutes, horrible. Serie B level. Orsolini score a goal, the most classical of Orsolini goal. Mike Maignan can do nothing. Then Milan start to say, okay, now we need to push a little bit more. There are some substitution from Bologna, because Bologna also saw the opportunity to bring 3 points back to Bologna. Winning in San Siro will be incredible. They did some substitution. In my opinion, what messed up a little bit with Bologna was those 3 substitutions that they did. And Milan, in the meantime, got 2 players that they really are in a good shape at the moment. They're scoring, they're creating, and the number one, of course, is Santi Gimenez. He scored twice today. Good present in the front. He was always trying to fight for the ball. He was always trying to be available from Chukwueze, from Joao Felix, from Pulisic. There is a great connection there in between Pulisic and Santi Gimenez. Very happy, because guys, remember that a striker generally need to get more confidence. He need to score goals. That's his adrenaline. He need to score goal. He can play as bad as you want, but in the moment that he score goals, his confidence grows. He's gonna even try to score from different distance. He's gonna have to try different angles. Against Venezia, remember, he did the you know, what's the name of that? The lob over the Venezia goalkeeper. This time the first goal was pretty easy, but he scored with the ball in between, passing in between the legs of the fucking name Sturupski, the Bologna goalkeeper. And the second one was a great goal, because he made a dribble over De Silvestri and then score with the right foot. I think it was good, because he's actually left foot, so he scored with the right foot, which means he's good, he's confident, and he's doing really well. So very happy for Santi. I'm sure I'm not rushing. I'm sure he's gonna do extremely good in Milan. You just need to give him time. I trust the guy. And Chukwueze as well. Chukwueze, finally to see some Chukwueze, because Chukwueze, we saw him pretty much disappearing from Milan lately, and we were like, what the fuck is going on with Chuku? What is he doing? The same was on the same trend of Okafor, but meanwhile they decided to keep Chukwueze. I'm not sure if he's gonna stay another year, but these last 15-20 minutes together, it was pretty good. He was confident, he was dribbling, he was running, he was defending. So very happy for CHUKU. This is very true. I have to say that yeah, he was pretty good. And we cannot not talk. We cannot avoid to talk about one more time about Mike Maignan, because Mike Maignan, on the moment that Milan was 2-1, did an incredible save that we were like, wow, what's happening? Minutes 87 or 86, something like this, on a Bologna striker. Again, that these are the basics. These are the players that literally keep you above the average of the other teams in Serie A. The Christian Pulisic, the TG Renders, the Mike Maignan, these four, in my opinion. Now, Hernandez is not anymore there. Rafael Leao, it is a player that is going to let you do even an extra step, but you also need the entire team. This is going to be the biggest question mark that I will have in the season, is that what if we had Conte as a coach since the beginning of the season? What if we had an actual coach? But the idea wasn't there, because I remember Ibrahimovic interview was like, oh no, we don't need that. We don't need the manager. We just need the coach, because manager, we are good at managing. You're not good at managing. So even today they did an interview is wrong. But Furlani talked and he said, we are happy with Conceicao. Let's see what's going to happen at the end. In my opinion, I told you already what I think is going to happen with Conceicao. Conceicao at the end of the season is either going to have some kind of insurance over the project of Milan. If he's not going to have it, he's going to leave. It's not Milan kick him. Okay? If Milan wins the Coppa Italia. If Milan lose the Coppa Italia, they're gonna send him home directly. And I think, in my opinion, one of the things that Conceicao wants is a sport director. Because in the moment that he has a sport director, the sport director, can actually shield better the team from the press, from the gossip, create a project around, and can have a really great connection in between the sport director and the coach, without leaving the management and without leaving all the things that is going on above us, that fans, they don't really care. Fans, they don't really care if we have the best profit of the year. We don't care because we have the best profit in the year, but and Inter is going to bankrupt, as Jerry Cardinale said. But why they are in the final of Champions League? So we chose the two models work more. Jerry, which one? Which one works better? Unreal. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, for Wednesday, it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a final. Milan has a chance to bring home a Coppa Italia that is missing from a very long time. I believe that I read since 2002, 2003. So literally more than what... yes, 20 plus year, 20, 22, let's say 20, it was 23. So 22 years missing a Coppa Italia in Via Aldo Rossi, Milano. It is a trophy that no matter the management or the players or the fans, it is a trophy that it's going to, especially, it's for the players. It's not for the clubs. It's not for the management. It's not for them. It's for the players, and I will add also this, it's for the coach. Because Conceicao deserves this. Conceicao deserves to win 2 trophies in 6 months and fuck off and leave just like that. To say, see you later, guys. See you later, suckers. That's what he's going to have in his hands. Unless they're going to say, okay, this is the plan that we have. You ask for this plan. We are preparing this plan. We already have a sport director. We have this, and that. We stay together, yes or no? If Conceicao is going to receive a certain kind of insurance and a certain kind of assistance, and he's going to accept it, we can start, and we're going to have a sport director, then, okay, I can see a project. Without that, if they're going to send away Conceicao, and maybe they're not going to even think about who's going to be the next sport director, I don't even know what to do next year. Because it's going to be the same shit. But hey, guys, remember this, solo la maglia, sempre Forza Milan, e andiamo 3-1 against Bologna. Let's